Diablo 3 and ongoing support, which was quite a surprise considering how old the game is and how much they did for the last several years. So let's read the shit and think about it. So first of all, they were really surprised by the amount of players, concurrent players in the theme season 17. And season 16 and season 17, by their words, were actually one of the most popular seasons so far for the Diablo 3 for a long time. Almost as good as season 17 was almost as good as season 16 and 11. Yeah, 11. So basically they think they're gonna go on with the theme season shit, and not only this, but they also are hard at work crafting additional theme seasons, a new set for each class, dozens of legendary powers, some class balance changes, quality of life, and the occasional gameplay system updates are also within scope.
The weary traveler draws close to the end of the path.
That's a new follower. Thank you so much, Serafina. So yeah, these updates won't arrive all at once, so if you don't see them something for your class right away, don't worry, there's something coming for everyone soon. No dates whatsoever, as usual. So they also wrote some bullshit about communicating, so being clear, being communicative, like talking about things that are in development. But I highly doubt about this. So what's about this thing, guys? Out of nowhere we get some kind of information that there will be more content for Diablo 3, guys. What does it mean for the game? First of all, the good. What's good about this? The good part about this is very good for the new players. There are plenty of new players coming to Diablo 3 every day. It's a 7-year-old game. It's very old. With no new content being since the last 3 years. There's been nothing there. Literally since the Necromancer patch there was nothing, and so, but you know, they still pushing this. They're still selling Nintendo Switch Diablo 3 version. There's new mobile Diablo Immortal somewhere on the horizon. So there is still something coming there, right? There's still something coming, and basically, for the new players, this is a good news. For those who actually are just getting into the game, they have no experience, they just maybe their first season or whatever, they haven't played for as long as we did, the veterans and the players who explore everything. So for the new players, from the new player perspective, this look like a good news, all right? There's like a lot of things, new things coming to the game, all right? The second best good thing about this is this. It's good for the Diablo in general because it does mean that the game is not abandoned on its own. It's still going on. It's still kind of they keep holding on to this. They are not abandoning the game, which is a good game. And for the whole franchise in general, this is good news because they're still delivering something. They're still keeping this game alive, pushing forward. They do not let the franchise to die as easy. They're still clutching for life, you know, and this in general is a good news for the Diablo in general. Now we're going to the bad things, guys, to the bad things. I even wrote it down. So the bad things. A new set for each class. All right, new set for each class. We've all seen this during the Necromancer. Let's compare like new set for each class to what happened to the Necromancer, right? The new class released, and what happened then? We all played for about 2 weeks, and then the game died again. This is what happened. 2 weeks, you get the set, you play with the set, you create the build, and that's it. The game is done again, and no one knows how long will it take to get something new outside of this set. So the longevity of the game should not be dictated by a fucking set, you know, for a new class. It just doesn't make the game more interesting. It just doesn't make the game longer, and it just does not prolong the life of the game, because you actually need some game modes, you need some new areas, something that changing the game dramatically, not just a fucking set, you know. That's a problem. Necromancer, I played 2 or 3 weeks with the Necromancer, and then it died for me. I created, I think, 2 or 3 builds for the Necromancer, and then it just died because it was not interesting anymore. I was done with it. So this is it. Another bad thing about this whole thing is that it slows down the Diablo 4 development definitely. When you're trying to keep up this old game alive, it means that you devote a lot of resources to it, because it all requires resources. It requires developing new sets, developing new items, balancing PTRs and all that shit, theme season as well. There's quite a bit of involvement here with this new content there, and it all requires a lot of involvement and dedication. I honestly think that at this point of the game, they should just completely drop Diablo 3 and just move everything they have to Diablo 4. Because, guys, if you are like observing what happened to the Diablo 3 for the last couple of years, that basically everyone left Diablo 3. Every core person who's been in development since day one already left the Diablo 3 team a long time ago. They all left. I have no idea who's there still. People have changed a lot. And we have no idea who is there in Diablo 3 left. And I honestly think this is a big mistake to try and still develop Diablo 3 as an old game. Because, you know, it doesn't bring any money aside from the Switch sales probably. But the PC version, it doesn't do anything at all. And I honestly believe it's a fucking waste of time trying to develop this shit, guys. Because, you know, instead of this, they could just spend all their time giving us Diablo 4, giving us something new, something good. Learn by the fucking mistakes and deliver us something new, some new content, not old content inside the fucking old game. Just don't do it, guys. Just give us something new. We are tired of Diablo 3. A new set doesn't make the game fresh enough for us to play. You know, another bad thing about this news is that it doesn't fix fundamental flaws of the game itself. There's 2-minute cooldowns and sets dictating the balance of the game. It doesn't fix this. They give us a new set for each class, but it doesn't fix the problem of a set controlling the gameplay. You know, even they introduced this season of the Legacy of Nightmares season or whatever the fuck it was, but it was still a set. Legacy of Nightmares is still a 2-piece set, and it still controls the rest of the shit in the game. So sets in this game, the game is literally around the sets. Without a set, you're doing shit. And pushing this design approach forward with more sets, without fixing the fundamental flaws of the game, I think this leads nowhere. It's just a fucking dead end. I mean, it's like kicking a dead horse on 3 legs, which stinks, which about to die, and you're still like kicking her in the butt and kind of, you know, and yelling at her, and just like, come on, motherfucker, just get on your ground, get on your feet, fucking go on. But the horse just is already exhausted. It can't go on anymore. She's about to fucking die. It already stinks and is bitten to a bloody pulp. It just can't go on anymore. But you pour these anabolics and steroids and just kick her in the butt again, and it just keeps going. Just not fresh enough to give a good experience anymore. There's nothing there. You know, I mean, this game has already exhausted potential simply because there are many fundamental flaws. And I know for a fact that a lot of Diablo 3 developers think that, and a lot of investors, Diablo 3 investors, the Activision Blizzard, think that Diablo 3 overall is a bit of a failure, even though it's one of the best-selling PC games of all times. After that, it kind of went downhill and became a fucking failure. They probably thought it will be a very long playing game, which people will be playing for years and years, and they still actually do. But the lack of development, the lack of new content, and the lack of fixing fundamental flaws It's all led to the current state of the game, and that's about it, guys. So these are my thoughts on the meta, guys. And when there will be new set, I'll probably jump and create maybe a build or two for the classes. But there is a problem, the usual Blizzard problem like this. Don't worry, there's something coming for everyone. Don't see something for a class right away, won't arrive at once. So basically, soon, guys. We have no fucking idea when this happens. Maybe to year 2020, 2021. No dates as usual. No fucking idea when and what's gonna happen. Just words, just you know, fantasies, and there's nothing there yet. That's it. That's what I think, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this statement. Are you hyped or not? What do you think about Diablo 3 at this point? Thanks for watching, and see you soon. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for watching the video. Your likes and dislikes, especially, as they push me forward even more. If you want to see more content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do daily uploads of role-playing content, being it builds, guides, let's play, stream highlights, and upcoming RPG games. Also, don't forget to follow my Twitch stream to catch me live in action. I do stream daily on working days. I'm a full-time YouTube content creator and a Twitch streamer too, so if you want to support me, you can do it either from Twitch or by PayPal directly from my website angryroleplayer.com. Join my Discord channel too for a place to discuss RPG things offline, as well as follow my Twitter to be notified on any new content. If you want to get extra information like sneak peeks into upcoming videos, plans, different behind-the-scenes footage, you can also join the Unholy Army on Patreon as well, guys. Thank you very much once again for watching, listening to all this. See you soon.